Yo, what is up, bag chasers? Welcome back to the channel. I know I've been gone for a minute. I was just dealing with life and stuff like that, but we are back, and today I have a simple strategy for you guys. This is my current trading strategy. This is the way I trade on a daily basis. I have about a 70 win percentage with this trading method, and it's really simple. It's not anything that I came up with myself, but it's just very basic. And the way I do my support and resistance and the way I trade is really beginner friendly. It's nothing too difficult, and we're just going to get into it. As you can see on the screen, I entered this GJ trade this morning, and not a pip of drawdown for 60 pips. We took that W. And I'm just going to be showing you guys basically the trades I take, and I'm going to go through some pairs and things like that. But we're going to start off. I'm going to clear off all my drawings on the chart so you can have a blank chart. So whenever you use TradingView, and I really recommend if you want to be if you want to trade the strategy that I trade, you make a TradingView account and get on these charts, because TradingView is more modern than MetaTrader, and I feel like it's a lot more clear to see trends and different things like that, and I like the tools better. But I mark up my support and resistance different than most people. A lot of people, they'll just zoom in and they'll look up like at the wicks, and they'll try to make like support and resistance there. So I go here and get a rectangle, and a lot of people, they'll mark their support and resistance and stuff like that, like they'll have it just random places, like wherever they see a bunch of wicks touching. And that's how I used to trade, but I found it more effective to really look at where price reacts. So for me, I see right here, this is kind of like a ceiling. This area right here is kind of like a ceiling, because every time price comes up and touches it, it shoots back down. So I would probably draw my resistance right here across the top. And I really mark up my charts on the hour, because I trade on the hour. And I'll tell you more about like looking at time zones for confluences and things like that. But yeah, so I would go here and I would look at where price reacts heavily at the bottom. So another place I probably would say you could do is like maybe here. So let's say down here, because price basically reacted in between these zones. So you see price broke down here, it stopped here, and it raised back up here, and it's basically like floor, ceiling. Same thing here, floor, came up to the ceiling, dropped back down. And we're going to come over here to where it's at now, and let's say we drag it across, and we see it's still accurate, because this is the ceiling now, and it comes down, and this has become the floor. So boom, want to come here basically, and that's how I do my support and resistance. I just look at where price reacts, because as you can see, it came all the way down here to the floor, and then buyers came in and they pushed it up. So you see it came down again, got pushed up. It didn't drop all the way down this time, so it came up and reached the ceiling and dropped all the way down. And that's basically how I mark up my support and my resistance. And you can see it's kind of like we're on a little downtrend overall. And I like to look at the 4 hour to make sure it's in confluence before I hop in a trade. But really the strategy itself, I kind of learned it from Nick Sean and Momo Forex. You just really want to look at rejection wicks. So for the trade I showed you earlier, you want to see rejection on the top, on the support or the resistance. So up here, I didn't see rejection wicks, but what I did see is I saw this big red candle. And it wasn't an engulfing candle, but it was pretty big, and it was at the resistance, which shows that there's a reaction, that sellers are pushing hard for price to go down. And it's done it previously. If you see over here to the left, it did the same thing. So what happens to the left usually happens to the right. So I went over here, I took a short about right here, and I put my stop loss a little bit above my resistance, and I made my target all the way at my support for almost a 1 to 2. I may have gotten it a little bit higher, because I know I got a 1 to 2. Let's say like here. Boom. I always try to go to from 1 to 2 risk reward, and we went straight down and we hit our target all the way down here for 50 some pips. But yeah, that's basically how I do it, and I can show you some more charts. For this one right here, it's the same thing I told you guys. Like, you see how price these rejection wicks right here. You see how this big green candle has this rejection wick, then a red one, then a green one, then another green one, and then it came down. So what you could do is whenever you see rejection wicks on a support or resistance, you just want to hop in. So let's say you would have hopped in here after this candle right here. You put your take profit, your stop loss a little bit above the highest rejection wick, and this is what you bring it all the way down. This is a 1.72, 1.77, and it went straight down into profit. So really, you're just looking for the rejection wick showing that price doesn't want to go up. Same thing if you wanted to take a buy right here, right? So let's say you're looking to take a buy. You come here, you see right here, it makes kind of like an morning stars, because you has the big red candle with the right here. Then it makes a doji and it makes the green candle, and you see the rejection wicks on the support. So let's say right here you would have wanted to hop in, because this is where I would have hopped in after that candle closed. Came here, I would have took this and I would have put a little bit below, so maybe at like 24.9, 25, and did here. This is almost a 1 to 2, and you would have hit it. If you drag it across, you see you would have hit your take profit. And that's really just how I trade. I want to do a live trading session, but I'm moving right now, so I don't have everything accessible like I would like it to. But I'm gonna try to come down so you can guys can see some of my trades. Okay, like right here, I took this trade right here and I closed because it was a lot of consolidation. But as you can see, I still have yet to get stopped out, and we hit right here. We hit take profit, 45 pips. It's all just about seeing these rejection wicks, and once you see the rejection wicks, you kind of want a candle falling away. So for me, I saw this red doji and it has a huge rejection wick in this big green candle. So I hopped in here and it came down, kept touching the support. That's how you know it's a good support. It keeps touching it. And then eventually it rose up and it kind of consolidated, made a low, and then, or a higher low, and then it came up and hit take profit. So that's really just what you guys want to aim for. Right here, I got in here, we never got stopped out, and we ended up winning this trade, because if you drag it right here, it hit this, and realistically it should have been up here somewhere for like a 1 to 2. So let's say you did a 1 to 2, you still would have won. So yeah, I'm just trying to go through and show you guys all my all the trades I took. This one right here, I took it because I saw the rejection wicks, and it came here and it came up here and I got in, but it shot back down, but we still have more rejection wicks. And if you would have got in like here after this big red candle, you wouldn't have had any drawdown and it would have went straight up. Like, these are trades I take, 1 to 2 risk reward ratio. I'm just trying to go through and just show you guys the trades I usually take. I think that might be it, because some of them I cleaned off. But yeah, my win percentage is pretty high. I hope this video helped you guys. If you have any questions, you can DM me on Instagram. My Instagram is Brave Forex. But that's basically how I trade. And like I said, I took this trade this morning around 8. I put it on my Instagram, shot straight down into profit. Huge red momentum candle at New York Open around like, I took it around like 6:30, but the momentum came in at like 7 something. So like right before New York Open, and it was just a simple trade, man. But yeah, that's the strategy. Just put your support and resistance where price reacts, and look for rejection wicks, like huge rejection wicks, and that'll tell you what to do, man. It's been your boy Bray, and I'm out. Peace.